Hello, my dear students at home. You are welcome to another segment of the e-learning on computer studies. My name is Ganiat Olarinoye. The topic for our discussion today is on electronic mail services. In our previous lesson, we learned about an internet. An electronic mail is the continuation of the previous topic on internet. And we define the internet as the combination of two words, the international and the network. The net is the network, while the inter is the international. That is international network. The word is derived from international network. Today's topic is the electronic mail service and is one of the terminology in the internet. Electronic mail service, the abbreviation is email, which is electronic mail service. The content for the discussion, we have the definition of email, which is the electronic mail service, services available in an email, creating an email address or email accounts. We have features in an email address. The differences between an email address and a website, and we have problems associated with email services. Starting with the definition of an email, that's the electronic mail service. Electronic mail is a method of exchanging digital messages from one source to many destinations, that's the recipient. The source is the author, while the destination is the what? Is the recipient through the internet. You can see that the internet is the email is the term from an internet because the internet serves billions of people around the world, both the private, public organization, and academic services. All this, we communicate different people on the net, and they communicate irrespective of whether this person is communicating with this. It serves the same purpose at the same time. That is the internet. The electronic mail services. The electronic mail service is that it's the exchange, like now, I'm a what? I'm a source or I'm an author, sending a message to the recipient. And this cannot work except both the recipient and the sender has an email account. The next, after the definition, is the services in an email. The electronic mail allows users to utilize services. What are the services? We send, we receive, and we chat. Send or receive mail. This is one of the major services rendered by an email. The user is able to send files in form of messages, pictures, movies, software, etc. So this is one of the services rendered in an email service. The next is the chat. Chat, the email provides its user with chats, such services as Yahoo Messenger, Google Talk, MSN Messenger, and so on. These are the services rendered in an email services. The chatting, my dear students, I know majority of you have been chatting, but this chatting, you don't know precisely what you are doing. Chatting simply is the process of simultaneous communication between internet user through instant messages that are not stored. You have your mobile phone with you, you chat with your friends, with your family, with your loved ones. So the process of you sending this message to them is the form of chatting. That is what we mean by chatting. And to be able to chat, you must have an email address. The email address is used to identify the person chatting and the location. This is the account or the address. If you don't have the account, or you can't chat, because you, the sender, must have the account, and the receiver must also have the account. This is just the process of you chatting. The next, you can look at your screen. We have the home page of what? This is a Yahoo home page. Before you can create any Yahoo mail, you must create an account. we have the procedure of creating an account, but this is just the screen or the home page. Remember, in our previous lesson, we discussed what the home page is. We said an home page is the first page of your website. That's just the meaning of an home page. So when we are creating an email account, or we call it an email address, creating an email account enables one to have an email address which can be used to send and receive mails to and from friends and loved ones. Some websites offering free email services are Yahoo, Hotmail, AOL, Gmail, etc., among others. These are free Yahoo websites. These are free email websites in which you can register an account or an address. Steps involved in creating an email account with Yahoo. To create a free account with Yahoo Mail, we follow the procedure or the steps below. The first one is that we open the internet browser. Remember, internet browser, we said, is a software we use to view content or to browse through the net. That's the browser. You can use any internet browser depending on which of the browser is installed on your system or on your handset. These are some of the examples of the browsers that we have. We have the Firefox, we have Internet Explorer, we have Opera Mini. There are different browsers depending on which you are using. You can use any of the internet browser, provided that is a browser. So for you to type the Yahoo address, we use the website, that's www.yahoo.com, in an address bar. The address bar is the toppest of your home page. In our previous screen, there's an home page of the mail account, which we view in the previous slide. On the Yahoo web page, we click on Sign Up. After clicking on the Sign Up, a menu will appear. We fill in your personal data and the menu that's popped up in your screen. The next, we type the proposed email address you want to use. You can use any email address, provided that the system accepts the username you are imputing. If the system did not accept it, it will alert to you that this mail or this name has been used by another subscriber. So you can use or include either numeric number or alphabetical number, depending on which character it accepts from you. The next step is that you click on Check Availability. That's a menu pop will appear and you fill in your data, that's your personal data on it. The next, if it has been used by someone, the computer will suggest another email address for you to select from the options offered to you. My dear students, this step is that when you click on the check availability and you input your name inside, if really the name has been used by another subscriber, the system will inform you that this name has been used by so you have to recheck or you include either numbers or alphabets so that to differentiate it from the previous one being used. Or it will give you some options that in the step 6 that there are options relating to the name in which you impute. You can select from the name if you wish to use it. If not, you change or you include either numbers or alphabets. That's step 6. The step 7, You type your you type your password and retype your password to confirm. Password is based on to you. You don't have to disclose your password to anybody. You password your number, being either you use your name, your numbers, or you include both the characters and the alphabet, the characters and the numbers, depending on the password that suits you. And you retype again. If you type, you have to retype to ascertain the validity of the address. The next, you type the code shown on the registration window. After typing your password, a dialog box will pop up and it will show you some code. This code, you copy the code and you retype it by the request. When you type it, it will accept the code that is being sent to you. The ninth step, you click on Create My Account. That's the small pop-up menu that appears. You click on My Account. The next, you click on Continue button. It's also below the My Account menu. When you click on the button, and you will be redirected to Yahoo home page. That's the first page of the website. Yahoo welcome you with a greeting, hi, followed by your first name. This shows that your account has been created by welcoming you, saying, hi, you are welcome to Yahoo page. That means the account has been created and it has been accepted. To access your email, just click on the Mail link on the left-hand side of the Yahoo homepage. So we have succeeded in creating an account. So whenever you want to visit your mail, you just click on the left side corner of the Yahoo mail. That shows you've been registered by clicking on Sign In. But if you are registering for this first time, you are clicking on Sign Up. Let's go back to the page. This is the home page. Remember, I told you the home page is the first page of your website. This is the Yahoo home page. Here, the first bar here is what we call the title bar. The title bar is carrying the name of the document in which you save your documents with. The next, we have the menu, we have the title bar, we have the menu bar, we have the tags bar. These are the bars on the page. And this is the Yahoo column. That's the menu in which you have to type your address there. So this is the page which you type your Yahoo address, you type your password on it, and you click on Sign In because you have already registered. That is the reason why it appears on the Sign In. But if you are registering for the first time, you are signing up by filling all the procedure which has been discussed earlier. So this is just the Yahoo homepage, and we said it's the first page on your Yahoo address. My dear students, I hope you are convinced with this. Next is that we have features of an email address. What are these features? There are basically some features that are associated with the Yahoo email address. An email address consists of the following features. 1, the username. This username, this is the first part of the email address. It is followed by the @ sign. That's the name of your Yahoo address. That's the username. The next is that we have the @ sign. This @ sign is used to link the username, the website that owns it. The next is that the name of the website. This is usually the name of the website that owns the services like Yahoo, Google, AOL, Hits PLC, Zenith Bank, etc. These are features which it is associated with the Yahoo Mail service. The website extension. The website extension is the registered in a domain with an extension. The extension is determined by the type of entity that owns the website. For example, a commercial entity will have a website with a .com extension. These are some of the extensions. Like now, in a school, if you have a mail address or a website of a school, we have .edu. The .edu is an extension which is talking about school activities. We have .org, it's talking about an organization. My dear students, I believe when you are registering your WAEC and NECO registration, you are asked to visit some of these websites. And most of these websites, it ends with an extension. Take, for example, the WAEC. We have www.waeconline.org. This extension .org is talking about an organization because WAEC is an organization in which you register for your WAEC exams. Some website extension includes the country code of the entity. Examples are 1. .gh, which stands for the extension of Ghana. We have ZA, which is South Africa. We have NG, which stands for Nigerian. We have UK, which is United Kingdom. These are some of the extensions of some countries. My dear students, in our previous questions, as 2016 WAEC question, you are asked to differentiate between an email address and a website address. So we are talking now, we check the differences between an email and a website. It is similar, but it is not the same. There is difference between an email address and a website address. Checking this table, we have the differences between an email address and a website. 1. Email address. The email address has a @ within it. This is the @ Like now, we have an example of email address. We have amina@yahoo.com. This is a name of an address. The Amina serves as the username, and the @ inside it is an extension or is within the email address. The next is the website. Website does not contain the @. This is one of the major differences between a website and an email address. The email address has an @ while the website does not have an @. The next is that the email starts with a username. The username is the first name that you use in your account or in creating your address. Website contains www and starts with http. That's the website. Remember, when we give example of a website, we have www, which stands for World Wide Web, and the HTTP is the Hypertext Transfer Protocol. These are the acronyms that include in the website. Differs from email. The email does not contain the www. The next difference is that is a personal address. That's an email is a personal address. Email is a personal address, while the website can be address of an organization. Websites usually owned by organization, not individual. So this is one of the major difference between an email address and a website address. The email owns its personal address, while the website usually owns by an organization. The next is that an email address is a service in the internet that is registered in a website, while the website is a collection of web pages that are related to an entity. So these are the major differences between an email address and a website address. The next is that there are some problems associated with email address. Some of this problem is that, one, the following are some of the problems associated with an email. One, we have attachment size limitation. Take for example, when you are sending an email to a friend or to loved ones, there are some particular attachments or file in which you can attach to your file. So there should be limits in the attachment. That's the first problem. The second one, we have spamming and computer virus. Of course, this is one of the major problems associated with the email, which is the computer virus, or we call it computer malware. These are harmful viruses which endanger the system by creating system to misbehave, by creating what? Different harmful symptoms to the system. So this is computer virus because it replicates itself on the system. The next is information overload. When you have too much information that is being overloaded, that is also one of the major problems. Next, we have email spoofing. We have 5, privacy issues. We have tracking of sent mail, and we have email bombing. My dear students, we have some of this terms like the spoofing, the bombing. The meaning of the spoofing. Spamming is the act of sending unwanted email to another person over a digital communication. That is spamming. Spoofing, the process of sending email meant to trick unsuspected recipients into revealing their personal information. This is very common on the net now. Without you knowing and by disclosing your what? Your personal information to on net. This is the process of spoofing. Before you know, your accounts may be emptied, or a hacker will empty your account by revealing your information. So the process is spoofing. The next is bombing. Bombing is a form of net abuse consisting of sending large volumes of email to an address in attempt to overflow the mailbox. So these are some of the problems that is being associated with your email address. My dear students, I hope learning has taken place. With this lesson, before I leave, I have an assignment in which you practice at home. The first one, I want you to define email address. That's definition of email address. Question 2, state the steps involved in creating an email account. State the steps involved in creating an email account. Question 3, state 3 differences between an email address and a website address. State 3 differences between an email address and a website address. Let me take the question again. Question 1, define email address. Define email address. Question 2, state the steps involved in creating an email account. State the steps involved in creating an email account. Question 3, state 3 differences between an email address and a website address. State 3 differences between an email address and a website address. In case for submission of your assignments, any suggestion or observation, You can meet me or you contact me through my phone number 080 37 37 7900. Let me take the number again, 080 37 37 7900. Stay home, stay safe, and keep learning. Thank you. Have a nice day.